I now invite you to stand for the academic procession.
Please take a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, you're all very welcome to the Royal College of Surgeons this evening to the conferring ceremonies. Before declaring the conferring ceremonies open, may I take a moment to introduce the platform party. At the centre table, Mr. Declan McGee, President of RCSI, Dr. Diarmuid O'Shea, Pro-President RCPI. The rest of the platform party, reading from the right as you look towards the platform, Professor John Hyland, Vice President RCSI, Professor Hannah McGee, Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, RCSI, Mr. Martin Cunningham, Academic Operations Manager, RCSI, Dr. Pádraig Sheeran, Dean of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine, RCSI and RCPI, Dr. John Walsh, Dean of the Faculty of Dentistry, RCSI, Professor Dermot Malone, Dean of the Faculty of Radiologists, RCSI, Dr. Adrian McGoldrick, Treasurer of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine, RCSI and RCPI, Mr. Sean Sheridan, International Postgraduate Advisor, Faculty of Dentistry, RCSI, Dr. Niall Sheehy, Honorary Secretary of the Faculty of Radiologists, RCSI, and Professor Oscar Traynor, Professor of Postgraduate Surgical Education in RCSI. And my name is Ewan Friel, and I'm the Managing Director of Surgical Affairs in RCSI. President, Vice President, members of Council, Deans of Faculties, past Presidents, members of faculty boards, fellows of the college and faculties, we will commence with the award of Honorary Fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. The President, Mr. Declan McGee, will confer our Honorary Fellow candidate, Professor Alain Diméglio, Professor of Pediatric Orthopedics, School of Medicine in Montpellier, France. And I would now like to invite Mr. David Moore, Council Member of RCSI, to come forward and read the citation for Dr. Diméglio.
Mr. President, Vice President, past Presidents, members of Council, fellows, members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like you to consider the achievements of Professor Alain Diméglio, who has been proposed to receive an honorary fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. Professor Diméglio is professor at the Medical School University of Montpellier in France since 1968 and chairman of the Pediatric Orthopedic Department there. During his surgical career, he has contributed extensively to the world literature on important orthopedic topics such as growth of the spine, Perthes disease, and most importantly, the non-operative management of club foot. This latter endeavor has led to a reduction in the operation rate from being in the mid 90% to being down around 8%. This has revolutionized the treatment of club foot. He has co-authored over 80 scientific articles, and he has written numerous textbooks on a wide range of topics, as well as on pediatric orthopedics in general. He has been an invited visiting professor at almost 50 universities around the world, ranging from the United States to Brazil, to Italy, New Zealand, Hong Kong, and Vietnam. He is also an inventor who has patented devices for use in spinal surgery. Professor Diméglio is a member of the most prestigious pediatric orthopedic societies around the world, including the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America, the European Pediatric Orthopedic Society, the Scoliosis Research Society, and the International Pediatric Orthopedic Think Tank, which is an invitation-only group. As well as being a wonderful thinker, Professor Diméglio is a great teacher. During his career, he has trained many surgeons from all over the world. He has trained almost 200 international fellows from 55 countries, and therefore has had a great influence on how pediatric orthopedic care is delivered throughout the world. His relationship in Ireland dates back to him meeting Mr. Frank McManus, a past council member of the college, who invited Professor Diméglio to be the Foundation Day lecturer in Kappa National Orthopedic Hospital. This relationship led to an enduring Irish connection, whereby most recently, my colleague in Our Lady's Children's Hospital in Crumlin, Ms. Paula Kelly, spent 2 wonderful years in Montpellier with Professor Diméglio. Outside of his orthopedic interests, Professor Diméglio is a keen sportsman who enjoys both soccer and rugby. He is also a wonderful optimist whose life is driven by his motto, "We have to believe every morning in the magic of the impossible." Perhaps we should invite him to spend some time working in the Irish Health Service. Mr. President, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Professor Alain Diméglio, who I am sure you will agree is worthy of the highest distinction this college has to offer, the Honorary Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. Thank you.
I now invite Professor Diméglio to recite the Fellow's Declaration.
I, Dr. Diméglio, do solemnly and sincerely declare that I will observe and be obedient to the statute, bylaws, and other ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and I will do the utmost of my power in the endeavor to promote the reputation, honor, and dignity of the said college.
By virtue of my office as President, I admit you an Honorary Fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
So it's with great pleasure I invite our newest Honorary Fellow to come forward and deliver his guest lecture entitled For the Children, With the Children, By the Children. And I would invite members of the platform party to take their seats on the front row, please. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleague, diplomat, dean, fellow, my friend, Dr. McManus, my fellow, Paula Kelly, I am very pleased to be here, and it's a great privilege for me to be invited by the Royal College of Dublin. It's a great honor. My first contact with Ireland was via the rugby and soccer, and I came anytime to give lectures in Dublin. I went in the countryside and your beautiful landscape. I love very much your sense of discussion, unconventional discussion around a glass of beer. I think that, of course, you have a great complicity with RAN. But for you, RAN, maybe it's a present of God. But I think that you have also much sun in your earth, and you are, of course, like me, maybe a Mediterranean. You are the Mediterranean of the north of Europe, because you have such a joy of life, such a sense of celebration, and you are so kind in your welcome, so warm. So I continue this contact with Paula when Paula came in Montpellier to spend some time with us, and every morning we had discussion about your countries, about history, about political background, sport, and Paula was very much involved in the team and gave a very positive image of your country. She was very productive in the scientific program. So you know why I'm very close to you today and why I'm very proud that Paula is working in one of the most important pediatric orthopedic departments in the world. And I tell you, my door is open, young fellow in Montpellier or in France. Don't hesitate to come to increase the connection inside Europe, because Europe is our challenge and we have to continue to invest in the gray matter. And the gray matter is the power of Europe. You will be surprised by the title of my lecture, For the Children, By the Children, With the Children. It's a title of which look like a political program. Of course, children are the force. We have to take care of children. We have to ask us what we can do for the children, not only for the children of our region, but also for the children all over the world. And when we have to take a crucial decision, we have first to ask to this question, as solution will be the best solution for the children. But today my address is not only for the children, but for the young fellow. I would like to give you a positive thinking. I would like to give you the energy of my experience in surgery. We have to work for for the children all over the world, whatever their religion, whatever their origin, and we must be pushed by humanism, by solidarity, by generosity, and to increase the connection. For this political program, I have a logo, and the logo is a bridge. Bridging the world is the basis of the policy. We have, if you come in the south of France, you will see the bridge of Pont du Gard, built 20th century ago, and you will see the new bridge from Millau. Of course, architecture is different, but the spirit is the same. We have to increase the connection between the different human groups. And whatever the difficulty, you have always to say, why not? You have always to say, we will try to build a bridge in spite of the difficulty of the geography. And we have to believe every morning in the magic of the impossible, which is a quotation of the architect who built the Golden Gate in San Francisco. But we must be inside the reality and have a step in the past and another step in the future. Of course, the world is not a block. The world is a mosaic of culture. And we have to put link. We have to increase the harmony between the different cultures. We have to find the best equilibrium, and we have to increase international relationship all over the world. Some ask me, you have an Italian name. Of course, I am an immigrant. My old grandparents were born in Italy, in a small island in front of Napoli. And because of poverty, they went in Algeria. And my family started in Algeria. My mother and my father were born in Algeria. I grew up in Algeria. I grew up in the street playing soccer with Arab, Jewish, Spanish, Italian, French. And I got this multicultural philosophy. Algeria gave 2 Nobel Prizes, but I was strongly impressed and influenced by the Camus philosophy. We got the Nobel Prize because of his humanism. He wrote a beautiful book called The Summer. And in the summer, you will see and you will read the chapter about the almond trees. And he says when you are crossing a difficult period in your life, resist, don't give up, continue. The situation will change with time. You have only to stand up. You have only to move on. And there will be a change. So you have to detect in the first day of February, the first blossom on the almond trees, and this will be the beginning of the spring. And Camus described the spring obstination and the invincible summer. So I tell to the young generation, keep in your heart when you are dealing with a difficulty with invincible summer. Montpellier is a small town between Barcelona and Marseille, but it's a university town. We have about 250,000 inhabitants, but inside the town there is a high proportion of students, more than 80,000. So we don't have time to get older in Montpellier because of the young generation. And if you come in Montpellier, there will be a lot of universities, and I was in charge of international relationship the medical school, and I can tell you that we do our best to welcome foreign students from different origin. It's not far from the sea, at 10 kilometers, and the sea and the sun gave me the energy to continue and to grow. So I grew up at the medical school in Montpellier. As you can see here, you have the anatomic, the theatrum. It was built 2 centuries ago. The program, the teaching program started at the 12th century in Montpellier without interruption up to now. And the philosophy of the Montpellier school is whatever your origin, whatever your religion, you will teach in total freedom, you will learn in total freedom in Montpellier. So we try to be at the level of this quotation. It's our motto. And I train many residents all over the world, and you can see here Anna, we came from Spain, and Dimitri from Geneva, and Didier from Africa. So they are all now in charge of pediatric orthopedic department. And this is the location of the residents that we train all over the world, and we try to increase the network between the different children hospitals all over the world, and to improve the communication and to exchange our fellow. And when I was in charge of the department as a chairman, my basic question was always how to be a leader, how to give energy, how to give enthusiasm, how to teach failure, how to heal from a failure, how to continue to grow in spite of the failure. This is the title of my first lesson. When you are failure is a normal event in your life. You have only to have a critical eye with your failure. And if you look in the deep part, in the deep layer of your failure, you will see a small light. And this is the light of the victory. So don't give up after failure. And so to become a leader, I used to come in the kitchen of the 3-star restaurant, and I learned a lot from the chef of the 3-star restaurant. Because when you drive a department, you have to have the same obligation than a 3-star restaurant. You have to be inside the kitchen to get the 3-star. You have to follow your resident inside the operating room. You have to teach delicate, non-invasive surgery, and you have to be polite with the anatomy. So attention for detail is essential in surgery. And after I had many discussions with sport manager, how to maintain the fighting spirit of the team, how to obtain synergy with the different members of your team, which is a priority, a great daily preoccupation. And I was very interested by the gesture of the different conductors. I like very much the lightness of George Pratt, who drives the orchestra without any nervosity. And you have to drive the team with a slight touch, you see. Don't be nervous when you drive a team. And you have to get the harmony of the different members of the orchestra to reach the excellence. And sometimes resident push the door of my office and ask me, give me an advice. The best advice is, please travel, please open window, please. The world is a village, is your game ground. Be a bird like Livingstone the seagull and continue to fly from one pediatric department to another to get new ideas, to be much and more flexible. And what I learned during my humanitarian action all over the world, we trained many patients from Algeria, more than 10,000 during 15 years. We received many patients from Algeria every year. And after I went in Vietnam with my colleague, Professor Kellin from Geneva and Professor Kenko from Taiwan, I think that the most important problem in high demography is prematurity. As you can see on this map, prematurity is a major problem in Africa, in India, in the Middle East, and also in Asia. And prematurity is the first cause of mental retardation. And so we have to fight against prematurity. And in Vietnam, we trained many surgeons, and after 15 years, because I think that in humanitarian action, continuity is essential, we have many residents who are now chief of pediatric department in not only in Ho Chi Minh Ville, but also in the different cities of Vietnam. On your road, you will see patients with clubfoot, with severe clubfoot, and many surgeons don't have the technology as we have. In the world, only 30 countries have a high pediatric technology out of 185. So it's very difficult to treat such a complex congenital malformation. And one of the major causes of congenital malformation is, of course, infection during pregnancy, poor nutrition during pregnancy, but also consanguinity. And in many countries, consanguinity is still a major problem. So this you will find on your road also cerebral palsy, which is a combination of mental retardation and orthopedic problem, and there are more than 200 million of cerebral palsy in the world, because every year you have more than 20 million of cerebral palsy. And cerebral palsy is a very important disease in different countries in the world. So we have to fight against this terrible disease. We have controlled some diseases as poliomyelitis, but today we have to fight against cerebral palsy. And the most important growth occurs during pregnancy, a better coverage of pregnancy, a better condition for delivery, and good supervision the first 5 years of life by a pediatric coverage are the key to decrease the cerebral palsy. The first 5 years of life are crucial for the development of the child and for the brain. So after a busy day, after you have to turn the back from the building of the city, and you have to go back to the nature, to be in harmony with the nature, and to be in communion with the flowers and with the garden. And if you come in Provence, you will see the lavender, and Provence is much more as a garden is a philosophy of life. And you will be on the track of Vincent van Gogh in Arles, not very far from Montpellier. And I was impressed by the productivity of Van Gogh. He works, and he did 800 paintings in 2 years. What a productivity. And he changed completely the philosophy of the Impressionism. But also, you will discover step by step, if you come in spring, the cherry trees in blossom. If you come in summer, you will see the lavender, and you will see the sunflowers. You will be also on the track of Picasso, and I am very impressed also by the creativity of Picasso. And Picasso had the idea to change his style. He thinks that we have to renew your style. You have to evaluate. And so in your life, avoid stagnation. Avoid to stick on one idea. Change. This is a chance for you. Don't avoid pouring. And I love very much this landscape because this is a perfect balance between the green and the yellow, the green of your country and the yellow of the south of France. You see, from the nature we are very close. And come in the south of France to see the poppies and to see the different flowers in spring to get the spring obstination. And I like very much this Irish prayer. Take time to work. It is the price of success. Take time to love and to be loved. It's the privilege of God. And I learned from Mother Teresa that with nothing you can do something. So life is a chance, says it. Life is a battle, fight it. Life is a joy, merit it. And life is life, so defend it. And to be a man is to be responsible. Stone after stone, we have every day to build and to participate to the building of the world. See? And of course, it's difficult to achieve excellence, to achieve perfection. Of course, we have to continue. The perfection is an unlimited challenge. But every day we have to fight. Every day we have to make an effort to approach the inaccessible star. Thank you very much.
On your behalf, I'd like to thank Dr. Professor Diméglio for his very motivational and inspirational guest lecture. Thank you. We will now proceed with the rest of the ceremony and the award of the fellowships and memberships of the Royal College of Surgeons. I would now like to invite Professor Oscar Traynor, Professor of Postgraduate Surgical Education at RCSI, to come to the lectern. Professor Traynor will introduce the candidates for the fellowship and the membership of the Royal College of Surgeons.
I now invite the candidates for the Fellowship of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, including ad eundem candidates, to rise and recite the declaration in unison with me. The declaration is listed on page 9 of your booklet. So if you recite with me, I state your name, do hereby solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws, and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour, and dignity of said college. I now call on the President to admit you as Fellows of the College.
By virtue of my office of President, I admit you Fellows of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
I now call on the candidates to come forward and receive your scroll from the President. Aidan Manning. Omar Mansour. Mary Morrow. Maria Whelan. Now for otolaryngology, Karen Davies. Andrew Diaz. Deirdre Fitzgerald. Colleen Heffernan. Jayanthi Kulasegara. Tom Moran. Johan Oosthuizen. Phoebe Roach. Stephen Ryan. Mira Sadadcharam. Now in plastic surgery, Anne Collins. Shirley Potter. Deirdre Shioga. Now, trauma and orthopedic surgery, Bilal Al-Abadi. Fayaz Kalachand. Satish Janipareddy. Richard Napier. Now, urology, Michael Floyd. Mark Quinlan. Fellowship ad eundum, Faris Al-Aswad. Ahmed El-Sherbini. Philip Grieve. Mark Jones. Gerard Kearns. Vinod Kumar. Sanjeev Naidu. Salil Tandon. Kin Tun. I now invite the candidates for the membership of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland to rise and recite the declaration in unison with me. The declaration is listed on page 9 of your booklet. I state your name, do solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said college. I now call on the President to admit you as members of the college.
By virtue of my office of President, I admit you as members of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Now I will call each of you in turn to come forward and receive your scroll from the President. Konstantin Bartels. Eamon Coveney. Adam Daly. Dawn Deasy. Ursula Janagiewicz. Michael Durand. Aileen Egan. Amr El-Fadul. Yahia El-Morsi. Isialt Finn. Brian Gibney. Roisin Heaney. Niamh Hogan. Andrew Hughes. Hisham Kabashi. Asif Khan. Hui Ying Ku. Mata Kuzman. Abira Mahmood. Matthew Mullins. Evelyn Murphy. Matthew Murphy. Hamid Mustafa. Ali Nazir. Jonathan Ng. Muhammad Nugdala. Ivan O'Connor. Ian Reynolds. Mark Sheehan. Puriya Shakui. Abdul Basir Kashkeli. Nithyananthan Mayaruan. Peter Staunton. Andrea Stroescu. Kazi Subramanian. Munir Taratsi. Nadim Taratsi. Rebecca Weedle. Lee Chien Yap, Alexandra Zaborowski, Mohammed Zishan, Sumara Zulfikar, a membership in ENT, Natalia Karitanyuk, ophthalmology, Daniel Nicholas Coakley, Onion Velod, Najiha Rahman, Kirk Stevenson, now the Diploma in Otolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery. I will now introduce the candidate for the Diploma in Otolaryngology, Head and Neck Surgery. I will now invite Robert Seaton Rowan Woods to come forward to receive your scroll from the President.
I will now invite the Dean of the Faculty of Radiologists, Professor Dermot Malone, and the Honorary Secretary, Dr. Niall Sheehy, to introduce the candidates for the Fellowship of the Faculty of Radiologists.
Will the candidates for Fellowship of the Faculty of Radiologists please rise and recite the declaration listed on page 9 of your booklet after me as follows. I do hereby solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws, and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour, and dignity of said college. I now invite the Dean to admit the new Fellows.
By virtue of my office of Dean, in the presence of the President, I admit you Fellows of the Faculty of Radiologists of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Now I will call each of you in turn to come forward and receive your scroll from the Dean. Kenneth Courtney. John Donnellan.
I now invite the Dean of the Faculty of Dentistry, Dr. John Walsh, and the International Postgraduate Advisor, Mr. Sean Sheridan, to come forward and introduce the candidates for the Fellowship of the Faculty of Dentistry, membership of the Faculty of Dentistry, and the Diploma in Primary Care Dentistry.
I now ask the candidates for Fellowship of the Faculty of Dentistry, including ad eundem, will they please rise and recite the declaration listed on page 9 of your booklet in unison as follows. I, your name, do hereby solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said college. I now invite the Dean to admit the new Fellows.
By virtue of my office of Dean, in the presence of the President, I admit you Fellows of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland of the Faculty of Dentistry.
I will now call each of you in turn to come forward to receive your scroll from the Dean. Fellowship in Oral Surgery with Oral Medicine, Fahad Alain. Nisha Samaya. Fellowship ad eundem, Michael Escudier. Stuart Hirsch. I will now introduce the candidates for membership of the Faculty of Dentistry. Will the candidates please rise and recite the declaration listed on page 9 of your booklet in unison as follows. I, your name, do hereby solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said college. I now invite the Dean to admit the new members.
By virtue of my office of Dean, in the presence of the President, I admit you members of the Faculty of Dentistry of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland.
Now I will call each of you in turn to come forward and receive your scroll from the Dean. Ahmed Al-Zubaydi. Aslam Al-Kamhimidi. Fatima Al-Katan. Lena Eldine, no, not there. Nessa Finley. Michael Hayes. Nisreen Jamali. Tilal Magoob. Sahar Mustafa. Salma Naz. Manahal Osman in abstentia, and Carolina Zimniak. I will now introduce the candidates for Diploma of Primary Care Dentistry of the Faculty of Dentistry. I will call each of you in turn to come forward to receive your scroll from the Dean. John Bailey. Sungmung Cha. Mary Coleman, sorry. Leah Finnan. Nessa Finley. Sarah Grufferty. Michael Hayes. Ed McGrania. Laura McGalligot. Rachel O'Hagan. Mary O'Regan.
I would now like to invite Dr. Diarmuid O'Shea, Co-President RCPI, to come forward and take his place at the conferring table beside the President of RCPI. I will now call on Dr. Padraig Sheeran, Dean of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine, and the Treasurer, Dr. Adrian McGoldrick, to introduce the candidates for fellowship and membership of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine, RCPI and RCSI.
I will now introduce the candidates for fellowship of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine. Will the candidates please rise and recite the declaration listed on page 9 of your booklet in unison as follows. I, please state your name, do solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland and the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland, and that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of said colleges. I now invite the Dean to admit the new fellows.
By virtue of my office as Dean, in the presence of the President of the RCSI and the Pro-President of the RCPI, I admit you fellows of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland and the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland.
I will now call the candidates to come forward to receive your scrolls from the Dean. By election, Ruth Ann Delaney. Ad eundem, John Francis Quinlan. I will now introduce the candidate for membership of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine. Will the candidate please rise and recite the declaration listed on page 9 of your booklet in unison as follows. I do solemnly and sincerely declare and promise that I will observe and be obedient to the statutes, bylaws and ordinances of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland and the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland, that I will, to the utmost of my power, endeavour to promote the reputation, honour and dignity of the said colleges. I now invite the Dean to admit the new member.
By virtue of my office as Dean in the presence of the President of the RCSI and the Pro-President of the RCPI, I admit you a member of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland and the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland.
I will now call the candidate Ali Abdel Karim to come forward to receive your scroll from the Dean.
I have no great pleasure in inviting the President of RCSI, Mr. Diméglio, to address you.
Pro-President of the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland, Vice President, Royal College of Surgeons of Ireland, in Ireland, past Presidents, Members of Council, Deans, officers and board members of faculties, academic staff, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure as President to welcome you all to the Royal College of Surgeons this evening for this very happy event and celebration. Including those conferred in absentia, we have just conferred 27 surgeons with intercollegiate fellowships, 10 with fellowship ad eundem, and 87 with memberships, including 5 in ophthalmology and 2 in otolaryngology. 9 radiologists have been conferred with fellowships of their faculty. 21 dentists have received fellowships, along with 231 receiving memberships and diplomas of the Faculty of Dentistry. And there have been 6 fellowships and 3 memberships of the Faculty of Sports and Exercise Medicine. And of course, we have conferred our highest honour, the Honorary Fellowship, on the outstanding French paediatric orthopaedic surgeon, Professor Alain Diméglio, who has just delivered an outstanding lecture to us all. So congratulations to you all on your achievements and on reaching this important and exciting stage in your career and training. And we wish you continued success for the future. We also welcome your family and friends who have supported and encouraged you in your endeavours and now come to share in the celebration of your achievement. Many of your family and friends are making their first visit to our college, and we extend a special welcome to them. For some of you graduating today, your new qualification is an important milestone and gateway on your training journey. For others, the parchment which you have received indicates that you've completed a formal and comprehensive training program and a rigorous and testing assessment, and are now poised and ready for practice as a specialist in your chosen discipline. I want to acknowledge the large number of graduates, 250 in all, happily not all of them with us this afternoon, with various qualifications from the Faculty of Dentistry. While RCSI no longer has an undergraduate dental school, its postgraduate faculty plays a pivotal national and international role in providing higher dental training, and the huge take-up of these courses and qualifications is testament both to the energy and industry of the faculty and its officers, and to the commitment to lifelong learning of our young dentists. I would like to offer a special welcome to Dr. Stuart Hirsch from New York University, a partner with the faculty in an important collaboration going back over many years, who received a fellowship ad eundem today. A commitment to lifelong learning is an obligation on all healthcare professionals. 130 years ago, an honorary fellow of RCSI, Sir Joseph Lister, put it very pithily when he spoke to medical students who were exclusively male back then and said, "You must always be students, learning and unlearning till your life's end. And if, gentlemen, you are not prepared to follow your profession in this spirit, I implore you to leave its ranks and betake yourself of some third-class trade." Much has been written and said about the challenges in our clinical workplaces and the crisis surrounding consultant recruitment to our health service. But even in these troubled times, when the future seems uncertain and sometimes unattractive, and when it would be easy to be despondent about your career prospects, I believe the answer is to continue to strive for clinical and academic excellence, and the rewards and professional fulfillment will follow. Irish clinicians, including doctors and dentists, have toiled in difficult, depressing circumstances before, but as Professor Diméglio said earlier, it doesn't last forever. We in RCSI, and indeed our sister colleges and training bodies, are doing everything possible to ensure that the nature and quality of consultant posts to which you aspire and the healthcare environment in which you will labour will be appropriate to your expertise and the effort and hard work you've invested. And in the meantime, all of us must maintain our standards, our professionalism, so as to preserve the integrity of our professions. While those of you conferred today could be regarded as a somewhat disparate group with rather different areas of expertise and practice, what you share is that you are all clinicians, with the patient always at the centre of your focus. In recent times, the need for doctors to be excellent clinicians may have been questioned and devalued, particularly with the advent of greater and greater sophistication in our diagnostic aids, and in particular, diagnostic imaging as practiced by our radiology colleagues. However, one consequence of this enhanced technology, namely overdiagnosis, demands that we all must be even better clinicians than before. Overdiagnosis is defined as the diagnosis of conditions that don't matter, conditions that will never cause symptoms or death, and is one of the drivers of overtreatment. Overtreatment is often harmful. For example, unnecessary radiation exposure from futile scans, or radical thyroid or prostate surgery for indolent, likely harmless cancers. And it is expensive, accounting for 30% of the US health spend, or $750 billion every year. And I'm sure there are dental examples also. It is incumbent on all of us to understand these issues and to act responsibly. We all must do better than pay lip service to evidence-based medicine. And despite our need to move away from paternalistic medicine, the patient isn't always right either, especially if asking for a treatment we know to be unnecessary and potentially harmful. People don't always know what is best for them. Henry Ford, who brought motor cars to the masses, once said, "If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse." In addressing this challenge in a resource-limited healthcare system, we must be prepared to work closer with the budget holders and the managers. I believe all of you will practice in an era of much greater partnership with your managers, or indeed will be the managers yourselves. The clinician-manager divide must become a thing of the past. Mind you, before it does, I will relate a joke told to me recently by a very senior manager in our health service. What do you have when you have 100 managers buried up to their necks in sand, like in the French Foreign Legion? Not enough sand. I will finish with a quote from one of my surgical heroes, Dennis Burkitt, a fellow from Anaman, and surely the epitome of a real clinician. He spent most of his professional life in Africa, working with very limited resources, and is most renowned for the discovery of the epidemiology, cause and treatment of a common, heretofore fatal childhood cancer now called Burkitt's lymphoma, and subsequently also for identifying the role of diet in many common diseases. Amongst many international awards, he received an honorary fellowship of this college in 1973, and in latter years, when asked to inscribe his books, he often wrote the following, which I believe to be wise counsel for all clinicians. Attitudes are more important than abilities. Motives are more important than methods. Character is more important than cleverness, and the heart takes precedence over the head. Congratulations again to all of you, and on behalf of all at RCSI, I wish you success, satisfaction, and happiness in your future careers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, for those very inspiring words. The formal proceedings are now concluded. I would like to invite you to join us and our new fellows, members, and diplomats for a reception here in the College Hall. Thank you. Please stand for the outward procession.